All human beings are one. They are related. They originated from one point. We are nature, so the knowledge is within us.
I am nature. Nature is me.
Remember that we are not products of technology. We are products of nature.
They recognize our energy because we are nature.
Whatever you are going to see in that documentary is the real message that I am going to convey in any meeting, in my community, in another community that I am with. You are nature. Remember, we are not products of technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's nice, brother, to have you again here. I'm Sankale Ole Ntutu, the Maasai community chief from Kenya and the Maasai community.
You're a rātātau. How do I do this? We don't actually introduce ourselves by mentioning our name. I name my canoe, my mountain, my river, my volcano, my tribal ground. That's how we... so I suppose quickly, sorry. Ko Matatu o te waka. Matatu is my canoe. Ko whanau kao te maunga. Whanau kao is my mountain. Te motu te awa. The motu is my river. Ko whakaari te puia. Whakaari is my volcano. Ko te whanau apanui te iwi. Te whanau apanui is my tribe. Kaiaio te hapu. Kaiaio is my sub-tribe. Ko Tūkaki te marae. Tūkaki is my ceremonial ground. Ko te wharehau te tupuna. Te wharehau, my grandmother is my ancestor. And any elders who are sitting there listening to that don't recognise me as, they recognise me as, te mokopuna o te wharehau. The grandchild of the wharehau. That's how we. So I've just introduced myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is.
It's already in all oneness.
In one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as per your question on my side or on our side, we as the messengers of nature, the connection that I could say that we are connected with nature, but we are not connected, but we are nature ourselves. We are born up and brought up by nature. We are made up by nature. And nature is in us. In my community, the Maasai community themselves, whom they call them the indigenous people. But I believe all the human beings, we are the indigenous in this world, except those who have gone astray or who have forgotten where we came from. We do believe, and it's a reality, that all of us, we are products of nature. We come from nature. We are not products of technology. All human beings are one. They are related. They originated from one point. And this point is like a house, whereby the house is the earth itself. We are brought and given birth by Mother Earth, and we cannot be accommodated in the same house. That's why you have got one family in Europe, one family in Africa, another family in Asia, another family in another place. But remember, all humans are one. The only thing that differs is their culture. It's their culture. But remember also that a community or a people, a nation without a culture is no more nation, no more community, and no more people. Why? Because the culture unites. The culture equalizes. And the culture brings togetherness of the community itself. And the community is the people that shares the same ceremonies, the people sharing the same rituals. But under everything, all of us, we belong to nature. And I think I've answered your question. The way you have said, you asked about the knowledge about nature.
Yes.
But the knowledge, we don't say that we get the knowledge or we have the knowledge. We are nature, so the knowledge is within us. Yeah. Except that we try to live our original ways and fake our own life. Yeah.
Yeah. And can you say, because you're telling about the different cultures, I mean, in the essence, we are one. That's what you say. Yeah. But can you tell something about your specific culture? What is the knowledge of your culture? What you can give to the world, to also to modern people nowadays? Something that is special from your culture. What would you say? What would you give? What is your gift to the world from your culture?
Yeah, from my culture or my community, definitely. There is nothing special much than being natural, than taking a step backward and people to go where we belong, all of us. And the only thing that I can tell the world or other community or other people or the Western world is that to remember that we are not products of technology. Yeah. We are products of nature. Technology is not bad, but we should use technology wise. Mm. The last thing that I would like to share is that may the human race all over the world know that nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new. Even if it's the technology that we are saying we are becoming modern and we are doing modern in a modern way, things in a modern way, it's just a matter of changing things in another way. Because if we want to do things quick or to send a message, we use a phone at this time, or you can send using a phone. If you want to go to Africa quick, instead of walking and crossing using a ship, you are able to use an aeroplane. So it's just a way of transport. It's a way of making things quick. One, Hari has got no blessing. We have gone too far. I mean, the Western life have really gone far.
You mean we lost connection with nature?
That's exactly. The connection is forgetting that people have forgotten that they are not products of technology. Still, I have to repeat this. People need to know that we belong to nature. They should be reconnected to the nature around themselves. Yeah.
If I can ask, how do you see people, because we have technology, we have all these kind of modern technology, how do you see people living in connection with nature whilst we have this technology? Or are you saying we should not have technology, we should go totally back to nature?
No. You can leave technology. you should understand, you should ask yourself what's nature first.
Everything, right?
Everything consisting in this earth is nature, except whatever we have made for ourselves. That's natural. That's not natural. Whatever we have made, cars are not nature. Concrete is not nature. Something that is manufactured by human beings is not nature. What's nature?
Water.
Being pure. Being human. Nature is anything that creates happiness around you, and something that which is not made by human being. Whatever is made by human being brings stress to ourselves. Because we need more and more. Because it's not good for our health. Whatever we manufacture, for example, sugar.
Yeah.
I just give you a little bit of it. For example, oil, different kind of oils which are not natural. They are not from plants. And even if it is from plants, the chemicals that we put on these plants, and then you get that oil, they are inside that oil. The chemicals that we inject to this livestock, anything that we eat, the chemicals are made by human beings and then we take into us. This is not nature, it's natural.
So you see a way where we can live with technology and connection with nature?
Technology, you use it wisely.
In harmony with nature, yeah.
Use it wisely, use it where necessary.
Because it will not go away.
It will not go away.
Yeah.
But use it, never be a slave of technology. That's when you are not going to live naturally.
Yeah.
If you are not a slave of technology, and then you are sure of remaining healthy and natural. Technology has got advantage. Everything in life has got advantages and disadvantages. Also in nature, for example, the 4 principles of nature. We have water. Too much of water is not good, though it's one of the principles in nature. Fire. Fire the same. If you make more fire than what you need, you make fire, you light fire that you need to warm yourself, not to burn yourself. Drink water, a glass of water or two to quench your thirst, not the whole drum of water you go inside water. Air, because you need air, you don't inflate or you don't go where there are no trees and there's a lot of wind and you expect that air to be pleasant or to be friendly to you. It will blow you up. So, in each and everything, there is too much of each and everything in human life. Too much of everything under the sun is dangerous. Not only technology, even in nature. Everything should be used by human wisely, the way it has been designated. And this is where the knowledge comes from. Now we have the connection with nature. That if you want to do something, you do it in a pure way, is the way connected to nature. Do it, use it, what you need, not too much.
Nothing more.
Not more and more, because more and more is less and less.
And also your own nature.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have this 5 elements.
Exactly. And this is what you just need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what steps would you see, like how can we bring back the balance as modern, because many people here are grown up in cities. Even here, most of the parks are private. You can only walk in
The
on
concrete.
the concrete path, or like as many children already have lost the connection with that kind of nature, the pure nature.
The first thing, yeah, the first thing you should do first, we human, we should share our own energy. The first thing. After sharing energy, in those places whereby you are saying the parks, the people own them, or the government or anybody owns them, this is individualization. And individualization is made by human being.
Yeah.
Which is not nature. Everything belongs to nature.
Yeah.
Why to own something that you can't take anywhere? Why to own a park? And that park doesn't go anywhere. You leave the park there the way it is.
Yeah.
The concrete that which we have built, that is not natural.
Yeah.
But how can you make the energy to come to that concrete?
Yeah.
The energy you can make to come that concrete by using your own energy, your own spirit, to go through the path that you are using.
Yeah.
That's only the way. Be peaceful on the way that you are using. Don't abuse the way that you are using. And the energy will be there definitely.
Oh, that's
Because you can't change and remove all the concrete in the city.
no.
You can't remove it.
But you can change your own.
You can change your own energy
Yeah.
to the path, to the concrete that you are using.
Wherever you
The
are.
houses that we are living are concrete at the same time. Make it space, and they let the energy circulate in it.
Yeah.
But it can't circulate if the energy in you is not natural, if you are not
Yeah.
clean yourself.
And that is also something we can learn in places, in businesses, that the atmosphere have to be pure by the energy.
Exactly, but also in the businesses, there is what we call leadership.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a community, there is also leadership.
Yeah.
Remember, the leadership starts by a person by himself or herself.
Yeah.
That's what we call personal leadership. There's a community leadership. And then from there, you come and get living in harmony with nature. And then from there, you come and get the cultural heritage, whereby you start from your personal leadership, you come as a community leader or community leadership, then you come living in harmony with nature, being a leader.
Yeah.
And then from there, what does it all this bring?
Yeah.
From the personal leadership, you come to the community, you come to the living in harmony with nature. What does it bring? It's the heritage of the whole culture, the whole community.
Yeah.
And this is passing the knowledge to the coming generations. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see, like, bringing also back the community in the business.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you see also, because if I see you in relation with Toroa, how you see that, it's like, I see it like different families, but also one, like you told, from different countries, but in the essence is one. How can you, in a way, work together, or you see it like every culture has to do its own thing, or is it also like coming together?
With the culture, first, I think we didn't talk how we came or we met with Toroa, and it's something special to me because it was meant by nature.
Yeah.
It was not me or Toroa say that we are going to meet in Holland.
Mm.
We could have met in New Zealand. We could have met in Africa. We could have met in another place. But nature had a purpose of bringing us together in Burkulo some years back. Exactly, there were very many elders. And I think I came, if I do remember, I came in the evening. When I came, I found there were several elders in the place where we used or where we were to sit. And I was to be brought by my brother Martin to the elders where they are. The first person I saw direct is Brother Toroa. It's not that there are no any other elders, but remember the energy, the spirit. Before I came even here, I had to meditate and connect with my ancestors. If I was allowed to come here, if my ancestors, if my spirit was not allowed to come here, I could have not come. I could have just communicated to her and tell her, hey brother, I'm not coming there. It's not good for me and not good for my energy. But when I was coming, I knew Toroa before even meeting him there, that I am going specifically to meet a brother, to meet somebody having the same spirit, having the same values of leadership, having the same nature in him,
Oh, yeah.
and not even the Kiva organizers, not even the other elders in Kiva. But I was coming and looking and I saw, oh, he's there. He is the first person. And I left 2 guys, if I could remember, on the door. There were 2 guys, 2 of my fellow elders who were seated on the door, and Toroa was just on the other side. And I went close, he woke up, we greeted each other, hugging as if, even the other elders, our brother Virunga, even he was asking me, did you meet again in a certain in spiritual meeting or spiritual meeting somewhere? I don't know. But we have been working in spirit with Brother Toroa. Yeah. That's how we met. But it's something that we have been in the spirit, in our own energy, before even we met. Yeah. I knew we have been connected field. Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that the same for you, Toroa? What's your experience?
Yeah. What I say is part of the answer. We have a saying, ko au te tai au, ko te tai au ko au. I am nature, nature is me. Yeah. Papatū ānuku, our Earth Mother, or the tai au, nature. They don't recognize me as Maori. They don't recognize me when I speak Maori. They don't recognize my brother as Maasai. They don't even recognize the color of the skin. They recognize our energy because we are nature. And that recognition when we first met was because of, I could write a book about my journey that started to come over here. I resisted for a long time. But with my connections with my ancestors, which is how I was raised, I knew I'd be meeting my brother. And then when we saw each other, it was that recognition. And it was from the start, eh, bro? It was just,
there you are. Yeah.
Love at first sight.
Yeah. Yes. And that comes from the energies of nature, because my brother still lives with and in nature. Me, of course, I'm out. I was raised in nature. If a catastrophe hit today, I could still survive out there in nature because nature is still in me. And we call it tohu, the language of nature or the ancestral world. It's a matter of recognizing the language. I find that language a lot easier to interpret than spoken languages.
Yes, yes.
And it was the recognition of, it was nature that recognized itself in my bro and myself.
Was it also for you a confirmation of that you were on the right track? Because I can imagine that something like that happens also. When you meet the soul brother like this, they're strong. It's like a confirmation.
We all have a flow. It flows like a river, it never runs straight. That's the flow. But every flow like the river will end up where it's meant to be. But as humans, we keep asking questions. And the more questions we ask, that flow slows down. And too many questions, the flow will stop and the door will shut. And so just allowing the flow, and the greatest lesson there to me is trust in the flow, but also trust in yourself. You know, I have a grumpy reputation, and I got that reputation through the Maori community in New Zealand and Australia because I was raised the old way, the ancient way. I only carry the old. And what I call modern is the last 1,000 to 2,000 years, for instance. But when I was first told to come over here by my ancestors, I resisted. And so my kaumātua, my elder's elder, came to me and told me, time to speak. And I ignored him. But then my master carver, he rang me from New Zealand and said, an 83-year-old saying to a 63-year-old at the time, boy, time to speak. And my master carver is my God. And so I listened. And as soon as I listened and accepted, the invitation came to the first kiva I attended in Holland. But I got confused because I thought my ancestors were sending me back to New Zealand. And so when I asked them, why are you sending me to the other side of the planet? My ancestor said, ka ore whakarongo. Our people aren't listening. And so I believe many of us were sent to this continent to meet as part of what they've... I can picture my ancestor talking to my brother's ancestor saying, look, we better get them out of where they are and we'll put them here. Yeah. Because we come into a pure environment. And as in, you know, where we've come from, or where I've come from, I can't speak for my bro. But it's been the, and we don't need to be together every year or whatever. We just know each other is there. I've been on the battlefield with my bro recently. You know,
what battlefield do you mean?
The battlefield.
Yeah, really a big one, man. If you, with my brother, let me cut you short.
Yeah, no, you go.
So, since we met, again, what you have said, when I saw him, I was like, I was in search of my friend in crime. Is what they normally say.
Partners in crime.
Partner in crime. And when I saw him direct, I knew everything. Yeah, I am complete, and it's my first time also to attend the kiva, and I'm now complete, and I'm ready to convey the message. I woke up at 5 early in the morning the following day. I asked nature, it's the time that now we have to go. We have many people, around 700 people here. What is the right message that we give these people? When we went, the first thing, we entered and we had these people. I saw a strong mist the following day. And it was so dry. But I asked nature, hey, nature, in the same meeting, here we are many people. It's so dry. And we need the earth to be cool. We have kids here, we have young people, and when it's dry, a lot of diseases normally come. And I'm new to this environment. I'm new in Holland, and it was real dry. And I tell you, after the prayers which we did, the mist which I saw around, the rain poured. Then the bottle which we were with Toroa is a bottle for the whole community. It's my community anyway. We had these problems, the government in Tanzania and the land issue. And the warriors, I did send them. Always I told Toroa, I communicate with him, and I was telling, brother, here I need your support. Can you come, we lead these young warriors to go ahead on this battle of defending their ancestral land. And he came spiritually. He was with us. Every time if I send the warriors, I tell, hey, the senior warrior, Elder Toroa, is with you. Can you go ahead? The warriors, when they are going there, they say, hey, the elders are there. The junior elder who is with these warriors, he was communicating with me and contacting Toroa that we are going, and they are going. They never got ashamed. They have been strong, and they came. Always when we started the meeting, it was last year, I had to the meditation, and always with the ancestors and the elders, but his name, he has been a praise, I can say praise, or day to day in this community. That the warriors, even they make jokes. Yeah, I want on the side of Elder Toroa. I want to be on the side of Chief Sankale. Yeah, now, today we are going, when we have got the big meetings, that they are there. So the bottle is that we don't appear physically because we are nature. Our spirits are always everywhere. I can communicate with you. If you are natural, if you are clean, I can communicate with you when I'm in Kenya. The same I've been communicating with my brother. We do communicate always.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And even brother Virunga, he's somebody with a strong connection. Yesterday, I was feeling that I was with him, and I was telling also in his land, right now there are some forces of nature which just shaking the community, the people around there. And I was telling Brother Virunga, what can we do for these people? He said, yeah, let me go. You guys, you stay in Holland, complete the mission there. Bring the people, unite the community there, unite the people. So I believe Brother Virunga is in your land right now. That's how it is.
But that is also your mission with the Kiva, I think, is to put the energy out that we should unite as a people.
Definitely. That's our message, to unite the world. And what is the world? It's the people.
It's not necessarily the Kiva.
Not Kiva.
It's the message.
Kiva is just
Kiva
an
has
arm.
Started.
Yeah.
Started.
It's just an arm. But we have been doing that without Kiva.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has been doing on the other part of the world. I have been doing on the other world. Kiva is just the elders coming together and sharing the same energy all over the world, bringing the elder, the wisdom keepers all over the world.
Yeah.
And these wisdom keepers, we are going to share, normally what we did when we are in Kiva, when we have Kiva, is sharing the energy and recharge the batteries when we go back. The message I got from him, that we get a strong connection among ourselves.
Can you also feel that together, like when you met, you feel stronger, even stronger together by supporting in the energy?
Definitely. Ask me why.
Why?
Because you have asked the question are not complete. Yeah, I feel I am much more energized because I know I have another arm of energy in the other end, in the other part, not only me.
Yeah.
If I can't reach there, because I normally reach that place using the energy, but now brother, he's on the other side. Even if I am not in Kenya, he is there. If I am out somewhere, he is there overseeing, the energy is there. So the elders and those wisdom keepers like Virunga, the way I am telling you, in Australia, those who are in South America, these guys, we are together.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And remember, one finger, as we normally say, you can't kill a lie. You know a lie?
Lie.
Yeah, it's a small kind of, what do you call a lie in Dutch? I don't know. It's a small kind of small insect that bites somebody. Always it's when you are in your clothes or somewhere, it keeps biting.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to pick this thing, you can't pick with one finger like this. It will go.
Yeah,
you have to hold with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same with the elders.
Yeah.
The energy we share together
Yeah. Makes it strong.
and the power, it makes us strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We are almost out of time, but
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Sankale, about the Maasai people in Kenya and Tanzania. I understand that you are trying to live the way you want to live, but the government is giving you trouble. There's issues with the Maasai people moving around and on the ancestral plains.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. It's a very important question. And the question itself, it's a question that has been asked many times. In this, the Maasai, that first of all, you should know the Maasai, they are pastoral. They are indigenous people and they are a community. Apart from the government, from the Maasai people, there is a government in place. The government is a political thing. Remember, here we have got leaders and rulers. The community have got leaders, and the government has got rulers. There are two types of laws here. There's a government constitution, a government law which governs the whole country. And then there is a community law that governs the community, the Maasai community themselves. In this, the Maasai themselves, they wish to live in a communal way. The way they were being brought, because the Maasai, they are pastoralists, they are natural people, they are nomads. They live in both countries, Kenya and Tanzania. In that, the Maasai, they don't recognize the border in between them. In their own wish, they could move in and out across. Why? Because we are one. The Maasai, we have the Maasai living in Tanzania, and the same relatives are living in Kenya. Yeah. They are the same people. In this, because of the constitution, the government or the Kenyan government or the government have decided that the land should be demarcated. Because the law says the land, each and every Kenyan should own a land. In the Maasai way, we believe the land belongs to nature. The land belongs to all of us.
Yeah. Nobody and all of and everyone.
The land belongs to everyone.
Like you cannot possess
the land belongs to the animals.
Yeah.
Why don't you possess the sky? We do, because that's why we have Holland. There's a sky, they say this is a Holland, a Dutch sky, a Kenyan sky. And that's what they do on the ground, which is not healthy for the Maasai. Why? It creates individualism. This is mine.
Yeah.
It creates isolation. We isolate my family alone. Yeah. It puts people in prison. Yeah. Because there's no freedom of movement. There is no freedom of sharing. There is no freedom of ceremonies and rituals. Yeah. We can't communicate, to come together, to share, to do the ceremonies as what we used to be. On top of that, there is what we call no freedom of life. No freedom of livestock movement, no freedom of trees, which they consist in nature, because if the land is divided, you don't know the importance of a certain tree that has good medicinal properties. It's being used by the community for ceremonies, and then it's cut down.
Yeah. 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 And how, because this all is happening now in Kenya, before it has in all other cultures also been done.
Yeah.
But how can you still live your nature and knowledge, although they kind of put people in prison, isolate? How can you still live that that essence from your nature, although all that surroundings is trying to block it?
Yeah, it is in this way that we are trying. As they try to block it, we try to conserve it.
Are you in communication with the government of Kenya and Tanzania?
Sure, we are, and that's why we are now we have what we call the Maasai Mara Ecosystem Management Plan. In this, we have to conserve the culture. That's why by advising the community to remove the fences, so that we have the first freedom of movement. We have the unity, like there before, and not only human beings. We are talking about the Maasai. The Maasai will not be a community, a natural community, without the wild animals, for your information.
And the trees.
And the trees, and the rocks, and the wildlife there, and the livestock, which is the core of our own living. Animals, cows, goat, and sheep. This is what we live with.
I would want to ask you a lot more questions, but Marijke wants to. It's time.
It's time. 7:30.
So I would like to thank you very much
really,
for speaking.
Really inspiring. I feel very, like I said at the beginning, honored to listen to you. It's so inspiring, and I would love to speak for or
Hours.
share. No, or share. Yeah, it's much
Don't
better.
worry, as you are an elder, you can communicate with Toroa the same,
now we can-
communicate with me and share the energy.
I will
We
make
share,
sure I am
we
pure
will
and so we
share.
can communicate in the spiritual.
And you will be.
Can you
Kai-
at last say, because I see many Maasai
Kaitiaki
with
tanga.
what is-
Mariana, did you ask also what do they, it's not time anymore. Why the documentary is important? Did you ask anything of that?
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
No.
But we can ask
Well,
you.
we can
later.
ask.
Yeah, you can
why
ask
the-
even
No,
Yeah.
I can answer that. It's
Maybe
I find
the
it
last
important for
last
them
question:
to
why the documentary is important for you?
Yeah, brother, I think this is the same energy that we can say, and I'm not saying on his behalf, but I know it's what he could say. The documentary is very much important because of two main things. It is the easiest way to create awareness.
Yeah.
The message.
It is the second or the easiest way again to spread the message to the people who are going there and to multiply the message. Because if one person comes to the documentary and get the message, he will go and tell two people, and those two people will go and tell another people.
Yes.
So it is a message fire going around.
How
That
easy
becomes the spider's web.
Yeah.
Starts growing.
the spider's web starts growing and growing. It's
The
beautiful.
spider's very sacred to us, especially its web.
Yeah. It's very nice to be in your energy, and it's nice how you explained how we can do a lot also with our energy, our nature, just by wherever. I will take this with me wherever I be and go.
Your nature.
Yeah.
And the documentary itself carries a lot of
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
for the people, even without seeing Sankale, without seeing Toroa, without seeing Virunga, without seeing any of the elders.
Yeah. We are connected.
We are connected, and the people you see there, and our messenger, who is Mareke, because she is our messenger. She is to take the message there.
Yes.
That's why the documentary is there.
Yeah.
All of us, we can't go on taking the documentary to each and every place. Me, I'm a documentary, and I can give the message exactly which we are getting in the documentary.
Yeah.
My brother Toroa, the same. He can go to any country. He can go to America. He can go anywhere and give the same message which you get in the documentary. But documentary have different all the wisdom keepers there. You get a message from Sankale. You get a message from Toroa. You get from Virunga. You get from another elder. You get another from another one, and you are just seated there getting the whole message. But when I'm there, exactly what you get there is what I'm giving people in France, in case if it happens that I'm going to have a congregation there. The same with Brother Toroa if he's in Spain or he's in any other country. That is the same message that he's going to give. Whatever you are going to see in that documentary is the real message that I am going to convey in any meeting, in my community, in another community that I'm going.
And the same with my brother. No matter where we are on the planet, kaitiaki tanga is what we call it. We were never made to become owners of the land. We were guardians and custodians
Exactly.
of the land and all living things. Sorry, bro.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your struggles and your battles and your energy and
Spreading the
everything.
message.
Much
Yeah.
gratitude.
Things will work. Things will work, guys.
okay.
Yes, you guys have to go. Can I give you a hug, Toroa?
Happy.
Thank you very much.